Welcome everyone, this is the AI Campa, and today in the sections Mind and Myths, we're going to disclose one myth that rise from most of the pop culture from the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And like the title that you can see it is how can be true or no this thing of the 10% of the brain that we use the 10% of the brain only, and what happens if we discover more? There is more, there is not. So I'm going to talk about that today. We're going to present two videos, one from the perspective of scientific. So science is going to tell us in a short video what it is about this topic, and also for the cultural part, because always there is two sides, and I'm going to be your host today about that. So as we saw in the first episode about the brain paralysis, that there is one thing behind, is because if everything can be proved, it's good for us because we can have a tangible part that, okay, that is true, it happened because this. Issues come when you cannot prove something, but it happens. So happens something that you cannot discover, that become a myth. So, and of course, when all this was created, all this, the technology was not so advanced like now. So the first video we're going to see right now is they talking about of the perspective of the science that we using the 10% of the brain. Or what is that? So what is the logical behind the big question? So enjoy it.
You've probably heard the claim that we only use 10% of our brains. But is there any truth to it? Actually, that idea is completely false. The brain may be just 2% of your body's mass, but it uses about 20% of your resting energy. That's a huge investment for something supposedly sitting idle most of the time. In reality, brain scans like EEG, PT, and fMRI show that activity is spread throughout the brain during a normal day. Not every region is firing at once, but different networks take turns depending on what you're doing, whether you're daydreaming, focusing, or moving. Even small injuries to the brain can cause very specific problems, like trouble speaking or recognizing faces, which proves that nearly every part has a job to do. So using your whole brain doesn't mean everything is working at full blast all the time. It's about coordination and efficiency. Want to boost your brain? Prioritize good sleep, regular exercise, and focused practice. The 10% myth is just that, a myth.
All right, so we saw that video, and that is false. So science proved is false through all the scans about that. It's true, the brain we using, and it's not about that we using the 10%. I mean, the 10% of what? Is the 10% of your left side, or is the 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%? No. We cannot use only the 10% because we are in our full capacity. There is some exception, of course, when the brain is damaged by contusion or by one disease, like vascular issues with like a CVE, okay, a cerebral vascular accident. So when this is affected, and also by the aging, this is going to affect one part. Of course, that's the person who can get paralyzed on one side of the body or both sides of the body. Well, depends, like I say, where is the lesion, or they cannot speak well, or even they cannot see well, or even affecting the things for like memory or this kind of things, or product of any of the, what I say, of accident or a contusion. So a vascular accident or a contusion. So what I try to explain here is that no matter what, you will still have your full capacity. Now, this capacity can be improved. That capacity can be upgraded when we learn some better skills, okay? Because in the end, our brain is like a computer. We need to update with we need to read more, we need to learn a skill, and that will make the brain to work better. And also we need to rest it, because it's always good to rest. The rest bring a lot of things, and always try to maintain healthy. So that was the proof of this myth from the perspective of the science. So now we're going to jump to the next video, and it's about how it looks of the side of the culture. So what is the issue there? So what is bringing? So let's see, because we have two sides of the coin, social and scientific. So it's good about the cultural part and see how it's going. Okay, so let's enjoy the next micro video and we continue seeing. Okay, let's going on.
Have you heard that we only use 10% of our brains? It's a myth that's everywhere. But let's see how it started. Early on, people loved talking about untapped potential. Over time, that idea turned into a catchy number, 10%. It's simple, easy to remember, and sounds scientific, even though there's no real evidence behind it. Movies, ads, and self-help books ran with it, promising to unlock your hidden genius. The myth sticks because it gives us hope. It's easy to share, and it feels official. But repeating something doesn't make it true. The 10% myth is a great story, but not a great fact. Stay inspired, but aim for real knowledge.
Wow. You see, it's more like an inspirational quote to we can keep ourselves telling us we can improve, we need to reach the 100% capacity, but in the end, it is false. You already have it. What you're going to do is improve the capacity that you already have. But that doesn't mean that you're going to reach one number like 20, 30, 40, 50% or the 100%. The movies that was talking about this. I remember the movie Lucy was one of them talking about the capacity of the brain. A great movie, actually. I recommend it. And also this kind of coach or motivational coach, sorry. That was talking about that you need to have the hidden power, your hidden knowledge that you need to explore. But in the end, like the video was saying, all this sounds nice, but the one thing is as inspirational is good, but the fact proof is false. So it's false. This myth is false. So we're coming from two myths is false. So the sleep paralysis, and then now we got with another one. In the end, if you want to take it as an inspirational moment to make you to feel better, to improve your qualities of your brain, that is good, go for it. But don't believe that that thing is always going to be true, because it's not. You can improve, like we saw in the video, with the good sleeping. We improve our qualities, improve all the qualities, improve the quality of your brain. We're going to improve because the skill you will improve, and still stay healthy to avoid any kind of issue from the part of the diseases, and also avoid accidents. Oh no, of course we can avoid accident. Accident happen just because it's called accident, but just take care of your brain. In the end, that is who move everything. Thank you for watching. Let me comment below, what do you think about when someone telling you we have only using 10% of our capacity? Subscribe, give a like. See you in the next episode. The next episode will be very interesting, I promise you. Take care. Bye bye.